Okay, hello everybody. Start streaming has been pressed. Looks like there should be audio output. Looks like I'm seeing the video as well. There's there's one message from two characters. Is that Korean? I believe. Hello. That's Japanese. It's gonna be a bad look. Hello. Okay, it looks like I'm live now. I don't know if any of that was heard previously. Looks like there's a handful of people waiting. Awesome mouse discussion. Actually, surprisingly, considering how dead the market is, there are some new arrivals on my desk. And the mouse market actually should be heating up soon. We've been through the driest of dry spells, and it can't really get any worse than where it's at the moment in terms of new releases and innovation. Just like my stream, I don't have any chat messages to read. I'm just going to be here talking to myself. Shocking sudden appearance. Hello, Flick Fire, indeed. Hello, how is everybody doing? Took a second for the messages to start coming in. The Flick Fire, it's pretty good. I do like that companies are starting to use, like, it seems like the mouse scene wasn't aware that Huano had, like, a very large variety of switches. So now we're starting to see companies actually use them. So I think that's interesting as far as click feel goes. But this is, like, I'm not going to, like, lie. This is, like, an OEM shell. It's probably going to be, like, overpriced for what it is, but I have been enjoying it so far. It's not just a clone of any shape. Can you make a review on Indian mouse? Probably not, man. I've been asked a handful of times, and it's just like, I don't know. If it's popular enough, I'll review it. But if a mouse isn't really offering anything special, it's just I can't really. Hurts me to put time on it at this point. Is the mouse scene rumored to get some flagship sauce? Yeah, it's a rumor. It's a rumor with some strong foundation as well. What is your hand size? It's like 21 by 11. I don't think I've ever said 22 by 11, but if I did, that was like wrong. And I don't know, hand size measurements, like if your middle finger is just your longest finger, it kind of just skews it a lot. What makes you say Flick Fire's overpriced? Just like the caliber of the shell, like the stock skates, the coating, the fact that I don't really believe it's going to hold up quality-wise long-term. I already have, after a little bit of Fortnite, like some side button play. The clicks, they're fine at the moment. They're surprisingly, like, loud when I was spamming them in Fortnite. Because it doesn't seem like they'd be loud, but, like, once you, like, really put downward force on it. But they are light. It's just, I'm not really sold on the long-term quality. I gotta keep using it. What is the orange mouse? What's the weight on this? It's the Flick Fire, and that's actually a good question. I don't know the weight. Is it, like... let's see how sharp I am. It's definitely mid-50s. I just can't tell you the number. 55, 57, 59. Somebody can look it up. Hello, the no longer. How's it going? You're trolling, right? About what? The weight of this mouse? Saw the upcoming 720 hertz monitor. I actually didn't. Who's releasing that? Is that like a Zowie thing? 720 hertz. Ew, brick. True. Super brick. I mean, so is the fucking Arye mouse. I am not trying to diss the company, but I don't understand why this mouse is so hyped. I guess because of the shape. And it is kind of like to me it feels closest to the G303. Like, it's not obviously a clone. It doesn't have like the worst elements of the G303, but that's really the vibe I get. How is the weird looking mouse? The Arye? It's okay. Fresh Reviews made a video on it last night. And he complained about the side button and click quality, and I do have those same complaints. Gaming is dead. Why? I don't know why. It's a good question, though, because this last Fortnite season, it was awful. And usually I'm a big defender of Fortnite, but I couldn't play it. I was even back on Crunker in this, like, last week. I think people just... Nobody really wants to try a new game. They just want the games they've played to be good, and some companies seemingly can't do that. Boardsy, does it have a curve? I thought you were talking about a mouse for a second. Have you seen the Zywoo and Pulsar collab? I have. I wanted to talk about that. I was waiting for somebody to ask. Hold on. Let me disable the video capture device. And now we're looking at the Zywoo mouse, correct? Still know how to do this streaming thing. Compared to the ippy float quality of the new carbon fiber mouse, the quality on it's similar to like the Akitsu, but I'm going to talk about the Zywoo mouse first. So if you guys did not see this, it was announced. And this was pretty well known for a while, but I don't have it, so I was not aware of this. What camera do you use for my webcam? It's a Razer Kaio Pro Ultra, like literally some ridiculous name. And then for my other one, it's the Sony ZV-E10. Hold like zywoo. Yeah, I did like that verbiage. But there is one other feature that I found so fucking weird that we'll get to. Okay, we have a lot of neon. Okay, Huano Blue Shell Pink Dot. I'm just going to say, everybody remember that. It's not negative about this mouse, but just keep that in mind. Huano Blue Shell Pink Dot, Pulsar mouse. And then built for the best, zywoo. Now we have the shape. This is most like, I think like a longer Vaxi Outset AX. There are going to be two sizes. The sensor position is somewhat low. I don't know if that's something a zywoo fan, or that zywoo was a fan of. Shape looks mid for small hands, even the small size. I mean, it's made for palm. They're not like scared to admit that. Like, this is a fucking wide, high-profile mouse. I don't think I'm going to love it, but I do respect what Pulsar is doing. They really do have the most, like, extensive ergo lineup. But where was the fucking weird feature? Yeah, there's a 5.8 gram weight module. Like, I can't... They have, like, adjustable weight balance. I just found that so hard to believe. GD47 gifting 10 Boardsy memberships. I didn't even know people could do that. Thank you very much, GD47. Holy shit. And to the new net members, you better say thank you. Wow, gifting on YouTube. I didn't even know that was possible, man. That is gratefully appreciated. Wow. Do you still have your old Cloud Alphas? No, I haven't had those in like a decade, probably. You even send a message, or did he just fucking gift and dip? Do you know Custom Mice? Is that like the painter? I've definitely seen that account on Twitter, but I didn't know they were so active nowadays. Check. Keep in mind these pro collab mice are made for the pros hands, so you probably won't like it as much. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if pros just have like entirely different hands from the rest of us. But yeah, if you're not into like high profile ergo mice, you probably aren't going to like this. I agree with that. Can you make a review on the Creo mouse? Man, you see, just spamming it actually hurts your case. Like there's like a 10% chance I review it anyway, but the more you ask me to, it keeps getting lower. No hate. It's probably not. It's like I don't even want to review like some of the mice I have on my desk just because they're so boring. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I really had to say about the zywoo mouse. I just wanted to cover it. I found the fucking weight module thing kind of ridiculous if it's not removable. I guess, zywoo knows best. But yeah, back to the other stuff. Somebody asked about the black Lotus mouse, and this is like, it's like if you took an OP1 and just made it worse. It has the same no coating as like the batch one at Kitsu. Why is it very hype? Why is what very hype? The Pulsar zywoo mouse? I mean, that's just like the name effect. X2F/X4 launching soon. They're even planning to do closed shell. Interesting. I saw they made that post about people who like they gave feedback, and I guess I didn't count because I wasn't in the post, even though I made a YouTube video. So I was like, fuck, I guess the X2F, they were not considering my input on that. But, it just is what it is. Is the Skyrox V8 good for 18x10 back claw grip on my OP1 8K? Yeah, it'll be much better for, in terms of like claw support than the OP1 8K for a hand size like that. Even though people like the OP1 for claw, like I can actually manage it with claw better than this black. Like this is genuinely just like, I gotta put grip tape on it, but even so, the mouse should just not be slipping around my hand like this. And even the hump, it's fucking slipping around. I've never put hump grip tape on a mouse, so I'm just never gonna use this. They really fucked up, like, it's not straight and, like, fingertippable in the same way that the OP1 is. And this is, like, a $130 mouse. I'm tired of it, low-key. Is Logitech Lite Pro outdates or still good? The G Pro Super Light is, I mean, it's, like, somewhat outdated, but not really. I wouldn't say so. Boardsy, what are you maining? It's been the Viper V3 Pro recently. I don't really know why. It just has been. Does the way you grip the mouse hit the back of your palm? Yeah, it depends on the mouse, but like with the Viper V3 Pro, yeah. I also think the HTS Ultra is like the most underrated small mouse. It just makes no sense to me that this mouse doesn't get more shilling. It's actually like 31 grams. Small claw shape. Can't believe I'm saying this. I will compare every carbon composite mouse with my Epi Float. My unit's just flawless. Yeah, it does have that like dense, like solid shell feeling. I think I gave away or sold my unit. Thoughts on Shimmy getting exposed? Another thing I'm very happy to be asked about. It's fucked, but it's not only him, because it takes down with him aim coaches, fingertip grippers, like fingertip mouse enjoyers, and also Muslims. So I just think it's ridiculous. And the people saying, oh, he's he might be cheating in online games, but he's legit in aim traders. It's like, I have really bad news for those people. It's a lot easier to cheat in time skill in an aim trader than an actual like online game. But some people just love to fucking cheat. Like, that's their thing. Like, they can be really good naturally, but they want to cheat as well. So that's just how he is. He could be like sim swapping. Like, that's worse for the world than cheating on Kovacs. And apparently his aim coaching was good, so I don't really care too much. But he was in my chat. I don't know if he'll be in my chat as much anymore. What's the issue with the Arye clicks? It's just like with very minimal use, there's already like travel, but they do have a very like light, quick feeling for an Omron Optical. I believe that's what these are, right? But this mouse, it's just like, it's years late. It didn't fulfill the original promises. I don't know. It's a fine shape. It's just not like amazing. How's the Dex holding up? It's still good for me. I haven't been using it. I really only use ergos when I am forced to. Like, I'll get a lot of ergos in and then I kind of go through an ergo phase, but I always wind up back on Ambi. Cheating on aim trainers is crazy work. It is, but yeah, I mean, his improvement was pretty rapid. I'm sure all of like the aim people are going to be like, oh, I knew he was cheating for months. I just didn't say so for some reason, because that's just always what happens. Have you used Clawmates by Struth Gaming? I did, but I think I didn't give them like a fair shot. Like, I just used them for a short amount of time. But I have tried like every type of little add something on your mouse to modify the shape, and I don't wind up using them. Talk about Halo Daycare versus Fresh Reviews. Was Halo the guy with like the really fast sense? I was watching some of those clips and I was like, this aim just looks weird. Like, I didn't think he was cheating. Like, he could be wall hacking, sure. Like, that's the thing with online games. Like, there's not really that harsh of a penalty for cheating. And some of these games like Overwatch and COD, people get off to how many banned accounts they have. It's like, who knows? Are you interested in the Zen Mini 8K by Piranha mouse mounts? I actually am. I would like to see how that shape feels, like a Viper V3 Pro Mini. Got the same problem on my Viper Ultimate and V3 Pro. The scroll wheel gets scratchy. My V3 Pro is pretty good, but I have had multiple units by now. Want to get the Viper V3 Pro, but should I wait for the V4? That's not on the horizon soon. The Viper V4 will probably drop next spring, because the Viper V2 dropped in 2022 spring, Viper V3 dropped in 2024 spring, so 2026 spring, that's what my money would be on as a betting man. How's the Black Lotus? This is a term, like, some people used to say shapes would be like computerized, like you just like take the OP1 mold and then kind of elongate it in a computer. You're not actually working with like the mold of the mouse. That's the vibe I get. It's just like when I claw it, it flares out so aggressively in a way that the actual OP1 shape just doesn't. And that's how I understand this mouse. Like, it's just supposed to be like a larger OP1, but it does not work for fingertip claw. The fucking shape the coating's just so bad. This uncoated like carbon composite material, I can't even put it into words. I doubt it will even drop in 2026, considering how stale the mouse market is and how little V3 has to catch up. That could be, but there are also rumors of a Logitech GPX Mini or something this fall, and it's just a matter of sensor exclusivity. Like, as far as I know, the 3950 V2 or whatever, it expires at the same time, so Razer might have the new chip by then. Have you seen the 720Hz OLED leak? No, I had it referenced in the chat by, like, what company? Like, how have people said 720Hz OLED, but, like, I don't know what company it is. I guess I could just look up 720Hz OLED. Yo, what is the new Razer mouse? If there was a new Razer mouse, I couldn't tell you what it was, but I could also say it's not going to be shocking. But it'll still be shocking if there was a mouse. Damn, I've gotten myself in some word trouble there. It's made by some super display company in Japan. Oh, damn. Is it going to be a lot of money? Are you still using the XM2W 4K a lot? I have been back on it recently. I've been using these Obsidian Air Skates, and I don't know, I like it. There's just so many good mice. It's kind of the thing. And when I made that post on Twitter a few days back asking, like, what was the last mouse people bought, it's really, like, most of them were a year ago or so that they actually released. $1,100 for the monitor? That's really not bad. But who knows, like, about the reliability. And I don't know, 720? Like, what game even runs that? Like, Aim Trainer's Crunker? OP1 8K worth it to use wired? I mainly use claw. It could be. I mean, Wait, I don't understand what you're asking. Worth to use since it... Like, if you don't mind a wire, it's perfectly fine. Your Discord is so toxic? It is. I mean, it's not that it's toxic. It just is, like, it's its own place. If you come inside of the Discord with, like, an outsider mindset, it's going to be very confusing. Gooner Discord? I mean, probably among many other things. Do you get click issues on endgame gear mice? I did have to stop using the GX modes on my XM2W, I believe just due to some, like, double-clicking thing when I use that mode, but just generally I don't. But endgame gear does use mechanical switches, so it's on the cards. Can you show the mouse with the two big holes again? The Arye mouse? It's an interesting shape. They take pride in it not being a clone. But it's also, like, it's a very small drop. And it's going to be very expensive. So it's just like one of those hype mice, I kind of see it as. My WL mouse broke after 15 months? I mean, 15 months? That's like over a year. Unless you're trying to say 1.5, in which case that's no good. I mean, yeah, this mouse should still last longer. Does it have 1 year or 2 year warranty? I don't know. Viper V3 Pro still the king? It was at like $120, $130 on Amazon a few weeks ago, and I think for a flagship mouse, it's like, how much better can you ask for, really? What's the deal with Logitech capping the pulling around the MX Master 3S? I have no idea. That is. I guess it's just not their gaming lineup, and they want it to last forever. Yeah, they should put the newest tech in it. Do you believe the Piranha Mouse Mod's flex cord is worth it? I use it to charge my mice. I don't know, though. I just don't know. It's beyond my expertise. Probably not, is what I would say. Why do you hate on Final Mouse? Man, I feel like I don't. I feel like I hate on Final Mouse less than anybody else. Like, you should hear, like, fucking Stubby talk about Final Mouse. But I just don't like the Horizon. I don't think it's that great, really. Best fingertip mouse right now, it really, like, if you want, like, an actual, like, small fingertip mouse, I can't give you any recommendations, because I genuinely think they're all bad, low-key. But I should be getting the Fenrir ASIM soon. I just like the Final Mouse medium or small. Joined late, quick impressions on the Flick mouse. It's, like, it's good, but I don't think it's something... Like, if I saw this same shell and spec sheet on AliExpress for, like, $60, I'd be like, yeah, this is a good budget mouse. But I just don't... It doesn't have the coating. And that's really, like, my only issue so far. And just, I'm not convinced the quality's going to hold up. But out of the box, it feels good. I do want to support, like, NPen in his mouse project. But I don't think this will, like, overtake the GPX as, like, the top mouse in Fortnite. Best gaming mouse recommendation for drop shipping. I think that's just... I think that method expired. It's like, has it though? Can you just drop ship a mouse? I don't know. From a Maya X, what smaller mouse is most similar? Just the Maya, I guess. That's like kind of a cheat answer. There is not like a directly, I mean, maybe, no, not the Vaxi XES. Have you tried the new WL Mouse 20K scan? I have, but more importantly than that, they have now allowed high speed mode on all polling rates, which, again, I mean, I said WL Mouse's wireless was lackluster for the longest time when nobody else did, tragically. But I actually thought the issue was, like, related to wireless interference. So it seemingly wasn't that, but I was right about WL Mouse having shitty wireless, and everybody was like, oh, you're Final Mouse shilling, you're gaslighting. But just doing my victory lap there. Is that the Poland Spring? It is indeed. I mean, what else would I drink? I'm not going to get caught lacking. Thoughts on the Flick Fire? I missed it. People are saying that like every few seconds. I think it's a good mouse. It's just like, it's a pretty low profile shape. It's not, the click feeling actually is good out of the box with like whatever Huanos these are. These like the clear Huanos. Very light clicks. The side button positioning and shape is good, but I just have a feeling like there's going to be a lot of like pressing into the shell and play with them as time goes on. Flick Fire looks heavy. It's in the like, mid 50 gram range. Don't forget to like the stream. True. And GD47, thank you once again for the 10 gift. I hadn't seen any messages you sent since then, but that is not go unappreciated. I would not say mid 50 grams for a mouse like this is heavy, and Fortnite players don't seemingly want like a 40 gram mouse. I think Clicks is really the only one who uses a Final Mouse. Boardsy, main game right now. Don't say Fortnite. I mean, the only other game I've played in the past week was fucking Krunker. And Krunker's fun. I really did forget that. How good is the Lamzu ink? It's very good if you want like a lightweight ZA13 style shape. Did you hear about Shimmy? Yeah, I already gave my thoughts on that. It's like some people just like to cheat, but he was like a mouse enthusiast, so that's usually like something that's a tell. Like somebody won't cheat if they're really like bought into mice, like fingertip mice. But no, he had his own Koenig M3K and he cheated. And I also think he definitely cheated on aim trainers as well. Like there's no way you cheat in online games, but not aim trainers. I don't even understand how people think like that. When do you reckon Vaxi will recover from the current supply chain? What do you mean by that? With like the XE wireless, I think they already did. Clicks is the only one on Final Mouse because he's sponsored by him. He does have the mouse with them, but he had been using it forever. Like he was using the Air 58 for years when he wasn't sponsored. So, like they couldn't get him to switch to the Starlight 12 because he liked the large size. How do you put Obsidian air dots on your XM2W4K? This was the loadout placement I used. Pretty simple. Usually I don't do these like middle dots, but for a larger mouse, I just felt it helped with stability. I mean, so was everyone else. I mean, that's not true though. Like in 2022 and 2023, you can't find hardly any other players on the Air 58. Like people had switched to GPXs by then. Thoughts on the Zero Mouse Blade? I think I've been getting asked about that mouse for like 6 months now, and nobody, like, it just hasn't been available, so I don't know what to say. Are you going to try the new Superlight SE? I don't know, like, it seems like it's Logitech, so it should equal, like, views, but it just seems so, like, uninnovative. I don't even know if I would have words for it. Who is Shimmy? He's this aimer. I guess I can pull it up. What was it, like, Team EXE? He hasn't responded, which I find interesting. He's probably just like, fuck. So boring? Yeah, the Superlight SE. Absolutely. Wait, did they delete the post? Because now I see something talking about, like, standards and... yo, Starumida with the 10 Australian dollars. Thank you very much, man. Ambi shapes with wide and flat size, close form factor length to the Superlight. The Superlight is close. Wide and flat size. I was thinking a Haste 2 M68 X. I think the XE would be your best bet. With the 10s, it's just going to be like a really high like back hump placement. I don't think that's what you're looking for. The Haste 2, it's just kind of outdated. And then the M68, it's like, it could be an option, depending on the sale it's at. But I would say the XE is probably the best quality experience M68 if you want something a bit cheaper. And then... Maya X doesn't exactly fit, but if you want something lighter, maybe go for that. Thank you for the 10 Australian. What is your favorite mouse right now? Probably a Viper V3 Pro. It's basic, but it's like, I could say Viper V3 Pro, I could say XM2W, I could even say like the GPX. I will say my favorite small mouse recently has been the Hot ES Ultra, though. I don't know why, I just like picked it up one day. Sorry for the inferior currency. Appreciate that once again. 20K can be enabled on any mouse with a 3950 with a hit on battery life, but not unless they like allow for it in the software, correct? Post is still online. The CEO just apologized for posting it without evidence. Well, he fucking did have evidence, but I'll look for it. Okay, yeah, basically, get rid of this one. This is the tweet. I guess this doesn't actually show any evidence, but like you can look up like Shimmy cheating. We'll find some videos. Yeah, just one of the good aimers, you know, one of the good static players. And that really just makes you think how many other Kovacs players are cheating. I've always said that it's more than most people think. So, I think I'm on the right side. Is that the Hien? And Borzi, I fucking love you. Appreciate the love, but this is not the Hien. This is the Saturn Pro, but I did see they announced a navy blue Hien, so I should try that soon at some point. I can't stand smaller mice. Yeah, I'm generally not a fan of them. Oh yeah, that's why I was back on it, because Crunker. I had nostalgia for the original, like Hot ES wired. I am starting to get some of the classic like OG G-Wolves creaking. I don't know, I guess that's kind of to be expected. What happened to Gaming Bro? It's so dead. A few people have asked that, and I just think I can't say my vaccine injury take. I can't say that on YouTube. What could it be? I think people just don't really want new games, because there are, like, people say the finals is good, people say Splitgate 2 is good, but I don't actually want to, like, try those games or, like, get into them. I don't think anybody wants to get into a new game. and it's possible to get bored of the games you've been playing for years. So that creates this, like, paradox, you know? Gaming died after peak Fortnite. You know what's a fun game? Rematch. They keep, like, releasing that game in limited betas, but it's actually very fun. But it's totally, like, not an FPS, so it's hit or miss on whether or not you'll like it. What are your hand dimensions? Like 21 by 11. What are your keycaps? There's this weird set by X-Ray Pad that they sent me that I only put on because, like, my old set got dirty, so I threw them out. I was like, what do I have around? Surely people aren't going outside, right? I don't think so. Like, I feel like if you look at the amount of people playing video games, it just keeps going up. Like, I don't think that's a trend. I think after, like, the pandemic, when everybody was inside, that happened, but I don't know. Trust me, I was the same way until I played the finals. Life-changing game. I really should give it a try. I just knew I shouldn't have given it a try when it first launched. I knew that would fuck me over. Thoughts on the new Fortnite season? I've played like 3 or 4 pub games so far, and just like with one of my friends. It seemed fun. The movement actually is interesting, but I think Fortnite's in a rough place as well. But the servers actually did feel good, like, input-wise. So that's really what matters. I just got bored of Reload last season. It's like, it's just the same shit every game. What's your favorite toenail polish color on a woman? Black and white, like a zebra. What is the parasocial thing? I have that. That's pretty funny. Finals cheating problem was trash last time I played. I just feel like another thing, like every free-to-play game, there's going to be cheaters. And it's good, you know? The anti-cheat developers, do you want them out of a job? Do you want them homeless? It's the thing. This world needs balance. Fortnite OG needs OG movement animations. I forgot about Fortnite OG, honestly. I played that so much when it first dropped, and then I think they just were too slow with updating it. Or they still are, if it's still getting updated. Does curled pinky feel better on the XE or the NPO1S? NPO1S, just off of my, like, shape recollection. I just really don't like the XE, but I think it's more due to the hump than anything. Hello from Denmark. Shout out to Denmark. One of the good countries. Many good countries. It's just one of them. I like white and teal. Teal's classy, you know, like a Tiffany blue. It's a nice color. Will there be a next Dual X drop? Yeah, there will. I saw, like, the Final Mouse. Like, it's not Final Boy, but the account that seems like it's Final Boy, they posted something about the new drop, where Final Boy just said it's going to be the best looking mouse ever. I don't really know what that means. Miku pad where? It's just on my glass pad stack. Does your prophecy have discoloration? No, none of them do. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Does anybody want to trade me a Scream Final Mouse for one of my either small or medium green Tarek prophecies? Anybody could do that. That would be appreciated. Because, like, I don't want to sell it then buy one. I just want to fucking trade it. If you're going to an esport event and you must win, which mouse do you pick? At the time, probably a Viper V3 Pro, just because that's what I've been using the most recently. But for the past few months, I had been using, like, the XM2W. I'd probably say that. But just something, like, comfortable, clawable. Do I have to clean it before I send it to you? If it's, like, exceptionally dirty, but usually just, like, a fucking Clorox wipe should do the job. How old do you think a Heian should be before replacing it? Well, walks at 1, talks at 2. Maybe, like, 2.5 years old? Depends on the wear, though, the amount of time you put on it. I would have bought, like, 3 ULX by now if they weren't out of stock. You just gotta work on getting it while they're in stock. That's, like, half of the Final Mouse experience. 10 to X acidity video when? Just never. I mean, literally there's a better chance of, like, a snowball surviving in hell than me doing an individual glass mousepad review. Actually, no, I guess I did the Singularity review or whatever. Or not Singularity, whatever it was, the cheap one. So much gamer gunk crammed in the holes. Well, that's kind of concerning if you got it that dirty in, like, only a few months. How's the Arye? It's really disappointing, I guess. Well, I was never, like, a big supporter of it, but it's just not... the shape's cool, and the build does feel really good, like, structure-wise, but I just don't know. It's, like, not something where I feel it's a special mouse, really. I just think it's going to be very limited, so, like, the people who have been diehards for this Since it dropped, will probably like it. Do you claw the BDM ULX? I prefer to fingertip it, but I do like find myself clawing it in some situations. One of the prettiest mice? Yeah, some people do love the aesthetic. I'm partial to it, you know. Looks like something Elon would make. Elon mouse. I'm surprised there's no. Not really surprised. Is the Epo Maker Click Mouse a better Viper Mini? I don't even know. Like, I've heard of that company, but I don't know the mouse, so probably not. Shape looks really mid, to be honest. I think the shape, for me, like, I can only, like, fingertip it. It does feel, like, kind of weird. I do like the straightness of the sides, but it's just not the type of shape I want for claw. There's, like, not a lot of, it's not really high-profile nature. Kind of like the G303, except without just the diamond shape aspect. The shape reminds me of the Shroud mouse. Yeah, it's definitely like, it's not a clone of that by any means. Can you refund it after trying it? I'm not sure. You'd have to check their refund policy. But this was just a review unit they sent me. I don't want to make it seem like it's this like awful mouse. It's just, for like a 3-year wait, a 47-gram new shape. It's cool. It's just not like whoa. And there's also no software for it yet. There's like a DPI and polling button on the bottom, but like I swear people have reviewed this. There's just like no software. That's what it is. Looks like an open top car? Yeah. I think that's, I don't know what they were going for. Respect the creator for trying to push the boat out. And yeah, you really do have to feel bad for like how bad they got fucked over when they wanted to drop this as like a carbon fiber mouse years ago. You know, they say ambition, it's a mission. What is the best budget mouse? I feel like the answer to that question hasn't changed in like 6 months. I know that is still not a mouse, but it's like whatever I would have told you 6 months ago. Like the Mad R? I don't know. Like, has stuff gotten cheaper on AliExpress? Has tariffs made things more expensive? I don't know. Zero and Hyperion quite similar? They're similar, but I feel there's just so many pads that you could consider similar to the Zero. Like, the Blitz is similar. The Saturn Pro's similar. Like, there are lots of others. Yeah, I wouldn't... It's not like a direct clone. I really do like this blue Saturn Pro. I also like the QCW from the Whale. My X sensor implementation's not close to top brands. Well, it's just like, it's not better. It doesn't eclipse or match top brands, but I wouldn't say it's like an awful, like poor performing sensor. I mean, I've always been very like on the schizo side of like there are differences between sensors. Some people never believe me, and then mice do firmware updates and they're like, wow, the sensor feels better. Who knows? Can you show the Flick and the ULX M next to each other? They're really not similar shapes. Like, you just look at the bottom of the Flick. Look at how narrow it is towards like the top of the mouse. That's like the most unique aspect it has shape-wise. I use a pulsar. Would you ever run a glass pad with a sleeve? Depending on the glass pad, like if it was mandatory, probably, but I just not bought into the glass pad experience. What do you think about Pulsar's new mouse, the Chosen one, the zywoo mouse? I think it has a lot of potential as like a very high-profile palm grip shape. But I don't think I'm going to love it, but I'm looking forward to trying it. And I'm also confused as to why they didn't send them to reviewers. Imagine they did and they just didn't send it to me. That would be such an awkward look when the mouse drops. What was I saying? Something about the mouse. I think it could be good. Not sure that Flick shape is for me, but I'd really like to try it. Yeah, I mean, it seems like if you support NPen, that's one option. Does the higher monitor hertz contribute to you schizoing sensor performance? I'm sure, to some extent. Like, if I was on a 144 hertz monitor, I would not care about sensors in the way I do. Because you just, like, wouldn't be able to notice anything. They know you are palm grip phobic? That could be true. Or it could be because was I negative about the TENS mouse? I feel like I was somewhat negative. Maybe that was it. They don't want review. Because honestly, if you look at it from a pure, like, brand calculus standpoint, it's probably, like, just having the Pro push it initially, you're going to get... I don't think you're really going to gain that many sales from a reviewer, as opposed to just, like, letting the Pro push it, like, their audience buy it. Who knows? When are you selling pollen powder? I did keep it. I actually did, like, when I cleaned that mouse pad off, I put it into a little jar, so I could actually sell it. I couldn't understand how Tense has Final Mouse and Pulsar seems odd. Well, the Final Mouse, it was just like his name basically on the shape. The Pulsar mouse, it was like his own design. Oh, I just realized my camera froze. That's shocking and tragic. Is the navy blue Hien really coming out? So I've heard. I don't know if anybody like has one in hand yet. Is it on the website? Like, can you buy it? We're back on the zywoo mouse. What's a mouse you recommend to buy as of right now? It really depends on like your hand size and what you're looking for. What does the Flick feel most similar to? It's weird. It's like not. It's not an identical clone to anything. What the fuck? That's a stubby mouse? It is a very... It does almost look like it's stretched res. Boardsy Mouse collab when? I'm going to say is this year. Should be a good year. The mouse marker is so dry. It took matters into my own hands. Didn't they plan a V2 Hien? I think you're thinking of the Hayate Otsu. Unless there is a V2 Hien, I'm not aware of. But I think they're focused on other stuff. Arm sleeves could keep your cloth pad clean. That is true. Switch to Joy-Con mouse review soon? Can you use that as a mouse on like a PC or just on like the Switch? I have some friends who are like fucking losing their mind trying to get a Switch too. Just like driving everywhere. What a craze. It's the dude who said light mice are bad. After that says they're the best. Are you like referring to my YouTube shorts or something? Bless your soul. Any recent Alibaba ass mice? Nothing new Chinese. I mean, I guess the Unius Black Lotus, but that's not really an Alibaba mouse. OP18KV2, no need to spam it. It's coming out, no matter how many times you spam it. It will release at the same date. I have the Death Hour V3 Pro, but the arch is too high. Can you recommend something else? Like, maybe like I'm just thinking of Pulsar, but like the X-Lite medium size, just Zowie EC2, like something in that size range. Mouse market seems to be dry this year. It definitely, in my experience, this has been the driest year ever. Specifically just the last few months. Like at the start of the year, there was a little bit, but it has been, like my desk just looks the same as it did last year practically. Why is Eastward Tiger so underrated still? I don't know. It is a good question, but I don't know if underrated's the word. Because I've just never felt a need to use their products. But like they just have so many mouse pads. I feel like it's just overwhelming. People don't even know where to start. I remember I made like an eSport Tiger tier in a tier list once. There's a Viper Mini SE clone on AliExpress. What's it called? I mean, that's another situation. Like Razer has had that fucking layup of a mouse release for half a decade now. They just refuse to give a proper Viper Mini SIG. Or Viper Mini wireless. Say the Viper V2 Pro is my favorite mouse. What's a simple upgrade? There's really nothing that follows that shape formula. Maybe like a ULX medium if you want to go like lighter and similar. But people have kind of abandoned that flat style of mice. Classic ULX? Interesting. Classic. Apparently Zywoo launches Wednesday. I didn't know it was soon. I didn't know exactly when. I'll ask for a review unit. I'm sure I'll get one. I just don't know when. Yeah, they don't even mention claw grip. It's just a full palm mouse. You should try a GMK joystick. Is that like what... Fuck, what's his name? Who uses that? Like Aussie Antics? Or does he have something else? It's called the Metafuni M6. Pretty similar to the SE. Interesting. There's a lot of mice. You can scroll through AliExpress and it's just like, you don't even know how many clones of the same shape there are. What's the best Zowie mouse as of right now? It's similar to if you asked that about Vaxi. It's just a matter of your shape preference. For me, my favorite Zowie is probably the S2. I still haven't tried the U2DW. And the ZA, it's like, I love the idea of it, but I just never actually like want to stick on it. Logitech G Pro X Mini soon? Yeah, it just depends on what you consider soon. It's sooner than it was at any other point in history. Do you have the new N Pen mouse, the Flick Fire? I do. I was just showing it off, but then my camera died. It's like, it's good. It's not great. Even though it could be great if it holds up. As a firmware slash hardware, what is an upgrade to a Viper V2 Pro? I mean, technically a Viper V3 Pro, I guess, but the Viper V2 Pro, yeah, I realized that was using a 3950 in the year 2022. And other companies didn't get that sensor until like 2024. So, that's that. The Mini Zywoo is a lot smaller. The Mini's, it's just crazy how short it is. But yeah. I only get 2 years out of a mouse? I feel like that's a... Maybe it's just... I feel like that's a good amount. But then again, maybe I have a more like mouse consumerist mindset than others. Upgrade for GPX Superlight. Final mouse not available anywhere in the UK. I mean, like, maybe the Maya X if you want something lighter. That's a shape a lot of people have swapped to, but... It's hard to say like a direct upgrade to a Superlight unless like you want something different for your hand. Note you hate the coating and the shape feels uninspired, but I really want a slightly humpier OP1. Do you think the Black Lotus is still not worth? If it had like the same hump feeling in hand, I would like say yes, but I just think the Ying, is the Ying even bigger than the OP1? I don't remember, but I feel like the Ying was a better product when I tried it, even with its like downfalls. I just really like, it has the most awkward like feeling. I can't even describe it. Just feels like super fat and pointed at the back. I used a Viper normal for 3 years, OP1 for 2 weeks, and insta switched to WL mouse. That is a... Yeah, I guess WL mouse is also a sensible upgrade from the V2 Pro. Yeah, the OP1, if you're not expecting a shape that like small, could be very small. What's your main mouse for gaming anyways? More of a newer viewer. At the moment, it's the Viper V3 Pro, the Sentinels Edition one, but I've said for a while now, there's just like, there's a number of mice that I could use as my main. I just don't feel any like pressure to switch off them, you know? It's not like anything new is coming out that really like demands my time. Since you've used the GPX for years, how long do you think mice coatings last? I mean, I've had my current GPX2 since it launched, and I have like no issues with the coating, so. But I also know some people like fucked up their white GPX coating in a few weeks, so it's just a matter of like hand acidity and your natural toxicity as a human. Any mouse similar to Arye? Directly not really, but it's just kind of like the Logitech G303 remixed, not remastered, remixed. I was considering the Beast X Mini, then I saw your review saying it was minuscule, so I got scared. Oh, you went to the Beast X Mini from the OP1. That's interesting. Even smaller. Oh, fabulous Beast X 8K. I guess the medium. Shocking. Do you think the Zywoo mouse will feel like an Outset or Thorn? Yeah, it is like... It's just a longer Outset AX, as far as I can tell from the specs. Because, like... Isn't the Outset AX, like, 6643 as well? I know it's, like, a different style, but I think it's literally, like, similar dimensions and then just a different length. Is the Hayate L2 still relevant? Yeah, I mean, I felt the Hayate L2 got too much love, which I know it's like an artisan pad. How could I say something like that? But people would be like, oh, the Hien shit, the Hayate L2, it's like this great pad. I just never saw like the gap. I always thought it was like on the same level. I still think it's a great like textured pad, but is it like miles ahead of the Key 83 or the Hien? I don't think so. Moving away from giant mouse, any suggestions? Well, I don't know what giant mouse you're using, but usually if you're used to something that fills your palm, you don't want to go something like way smaller. Most Fortnite pros use G Pro? True. To flick. Well, to do everything, really. Best collab mouse from your experience? That's a good question. What would be the best? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe like the MZ1, most iconic, like really first person to do it. The Zowie mice, like the original Zowie lineup is technically, like if you guys know the lore on that, those were developed alongside pros. So that could be like the true answer. Like the EC2. Really all of them. The letters stand for initials. Does the Flick mouse feel cheap? It feels like it's in the cheaper tier. Like, I wouldn't say it feels like $20 trash, but it feels like a $60 to $80 mouse as opposed to like a $120 plus mouse. U2 is low-key such a peak shape. I really liked it at the start. Then I kind of just stopped using it at some point. That's happened to me with not too many mice, but there are plenty. Aspaz or Tens, who's better? I mean, the answer, it's not, like, Tens is retired, right? Unless you mean, like, who do I like more? In which case, I don't really have too strong of an opinion on either. So I used Death Hour V3, but something smaller in general. If you want to stay in, like, the same shape range, maybe like an EC3. They also make the Death Adder Hyperspeed, which is like a mini version of the shape. I have a Zowie monitor. Based. I've never tried a Zowie monitor. Believe it or not. Optimum Tech even told me, like a while back, he was like, a Zowie monitor, you probably wouldn't like it. Aspaz better? I feel like as a player currently, that's true. I've been listening to Boardscast episode 1 a bunch when aim training. The idea of somebody listening to that multiple times is crazy. Is there going to be more episodes, or is it just kind of abandoned? Well, I wanted episode 2 to be Rocket Jump Ninja, and he's like, fuck it. I feel like I would have had an easier time getting the president on my podcast at this point. Like, truly, I think. So, I don't know. It's a matter of Rocket Jump Ninja. It's out of my hands. Surprised you don't use Zowie monitors? I don't know. I've always just heard that the colors are, like, really bad, which doesn't bother me too much. I have, like, kind of appreciated OLED, but I guess it's just that they've never sent me one. Like, if they sent me one, I would use it. I bet that's the case for many people. Are you big into Hall Effect keyboards? Yeah, I was really the first person to ever be big into Hall Effect keyboards. Obviously, it's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but I saw the light with the Apex Pro, like, 5-6 years ago, and I've been singing their praises ever since. And then, like, Wooting really blew it up, and then other people saw the light. RJN had some odd opinions in 2020, for sure. Somebody reminded me of, like, the homeless guy at the beach he got into a fight with. Like, there's just so much lore. But see, I also can't be bringing it up if I want him to be on my media endeavors, so I don't know. Do you think 360Hz black frame insertion monitors are much superior to 360Hz OLED? No, I think it just dims the brightness, it adds latency, it does make it more clear, but there just has to be a better solution than black frame insertion. Like, I don't know. I don't even think about my monitor much anymore. It's just like, damn, it's optimal. You and Rocket Jump Ninja get along? I feel like I talk about him a lot more than he talks about me. It's like one way to look at it. But he has DM'd me like a handful of times. He just won't follow me, because he understands what that means spiritually. Old Boardsy with monotone voice was scary as fuck. It was pretty classic. Some of those videos are still good. Look back on them. Like the Model O video. Like, it was really eloquent. 480 OLED you're using? Fuck, what is it? The Sony one? I totally forgot, like, the whatever numbers go together. Have you tried out the Wisel X Cloud XS? I have, but it was just, like, too small. It seemed very promising, like, quality and, like, weight-wise, but the shape was just, like, such a small, weird thing. I just couldn't get around to it. Got the MCHOS A7 Ultra for $40. Is it good? I mean, that's a good deal. I don't think it's like a legendary mouse, but it'll get the job done. If you're in the market for a budget mouse that's going to be, like, good, I think you'll be fine. Model Ovid aged like wine. True. Yeah, I mean, somebody asked earlier what's happening with Glorious. That's a very good question. I have no idea. I know their mice were on sale for $30 on whatever, like, the last sale day was, some of the Series 1 Pros. Who knows? Is there a website to compare mice profiles? Yeah, eloshapes.com. It's like you're doing promo for Elo Shapes. What's your microphone? The Electro Voice RE20. I've had that for a while now. That was a good $500 investment back in the day. Have you got burn-in on your OLED monitor so far? No. I swear that's just like a myth. Like, that was just like propaganda. Because I leave it on a lot. And, like, my taskbar, I feel like if there was something to burn in, it would be my taskbar, and it hasn't. What breed is your dog? I have a Schipperke, and I also have this, like, it's like kind of mutt, like a little hound mix. Well, he's a big dog. Rex, the Schipperke, is pretty small. 20 pounds or so. Did you ever like the XE shape? No. And you can go back to like my first XE review, and my opinion on it's been pretty consistent. Burn-in on OLED monitors is not a myth. Yeah, I mean, I know it happens, but it's like, it's essentially a myth. Like, it doesn't happen practically nowadays. Best ergo mouse for Fortnite, in my opinion, would probably be the GPX Dex, followed by maybe the Vaxi E1. But it just depends on your shape preference. Answer my question. What is your question, Hemo Wari? I don't even see it on my screen. Pulsar. You just said Pulsar V4 ES. That is all. That's not a question. In case. Oh no, here it is. What is the best mouse? I use a Viper V3 Pro, but I can't hold with zywoo grip. You're trying to grip. See, it's such a confusing question. You want to grip the mouse like zywoo, but you can't do the. Maybe get the zywoo mouse. Is that what you want to hear? Best mouse for CS2 Valorant. I mean, if you don't like the Viper V3 Pro, I'd need to know what you don't like. Do you want something like smaller? More ergonomic? Went through 3 OLEDs in 1 year, went back to Zowie? Were you just like testing them out, or did they give you issues? I thought I was going to have to like RMA this at first, but then it got its act together. Did you adapt to the deck side buttons placement? Yeah, I kind of had to adapt my grip style. Like, it's much more like palm-ish. But it's like, you know, people hate on the GPX side buttons, but for the game where they matter, arguably most Fortnite, pretty much everybody still uses it. Just deal with the shitty feeling. Warranty burn-in. Okay, maybe I'm just like an idiot and I just don't notice burn-in. I don't fucking know. It's just not there. Best ergo for Fortnite is the Death Adder. Aussie won in FNCS with it. That is true. Motion sync technology. V3 Pro still have the best sensor out of all mice? Yeah. But it's not like it's this night and day difference versus like an XM2W, let's say. If you play God, well, I don't even know. Oh, would you put G703 style side buttons on it? Maybe not that big, but yeah, definitely like I would get rid of the idea of small side buttons. Yo, Sam the Ham with another 10 Australian dollars. Man, you non-Australians are not fucking grateful. Boardsy, but thank you to the Australians. Boardsy, sir, I'd like to inform you that I have shapeshifted into one of your mice. Not going to say which, and you're going to be... I mean, that's... Thank you for the 10 Australian dollars. I don't know how to respond to that message. That's shocking, I will say that much. Pulsar using Huano again? Interesting. They can't stick to one switch. Seemingly. They got the capability. Use whatever switches. I remember I introduced these switches to that company. They were like, what's a Huano? It's like, let me show you what a Huano is. Z-Cord asked dono message. I appreciate the donation. Got 20 Australian dollars. I could be a fucking king in that country. What do you expect Pixar to release Razer's latest sensor to the public? Early 2026. Full of good questions, Gons. Full of good questions. Are the X-ray pad grips worth it? Especially the Boardsy Zebra ones. They're the most worth it. But, I mean, like, rubberized grip tape, I don't have a, like, tier list ranking in my head. They're good. They feel similar, a little bit better than, like, most of the stuff that just comes in the box with a mouse. So, I don't know. There's, like, a better universal grip. It's possible. Is the X2H very similar to Inca in terms of... Not really. It's like, the Inca's so much skinnier, and the hump just, like, it just interacts with your hand differently. The X2H is a lot more like, it's like brute forcing a hump on a mouse, if that makes sense. Do you still use unusual weight esports mouse skates? Yeah, I have them on a handful of mice. I don't have, like, my whole lineup fleeted out with them, but I probably should. Should ask them to send some stuff out for Boardsy Fest. Oh yeah, speaking of Boardsy Fest, gotta plug it. July 12th, yeah, just over a month away. I'm expecting less people, so there's a better chance to get stuff. Managed to find a T-Evolution Terra for 50 Canadian dollars and a couple of Ghost Glide pads for 20. I mean, it seems like a good deal. Yeah, Owl's Head Park, Brooklyn, New York. You know where to go. Any info on Tech Super Secret Mystery Skates? No, nothing at all. I just, again, call me a fucking skeptic. I'm not going to buy the idea of a non-PTFE material. It's just, they can't win. It's impossible to win. Glass has tried. Plastic has tried. POM has tried. from Southeast Asia, still main VXC Mad Arm bought for $38. It's a pretty good deal. Under $50, it's hard to get a much better mouse. Worth getting the Inca if you already have the ZA13DW? I mean, just depends on your satisfaction level. It's like if you want a lighter mouse, possibly. If you're happy with the ZA13, probably not. Is motion sync better for Overwatch and worse for CS players? I don't know what that means. Is that like does like some schizo aimer have that take? I just would say motion sync off regardless, or on, just whatever you prefer. What's the best skates for control? It depends, because like I've tried some pretty slow skates and I just think they're awful. I just think like PTFE skates on a more controlled pad is the way to go. Is there a reason why Razer doesn't make Viper Mini wireless other than selling VSE? Nobody knows. I'm sure there's some reason. It's not a good one. Motion sync is good for placebo and bad for battery. That's funny. I'm from Brooklyn, but moved for university. Would have gone though. Tragic. Aren't you like on break though, or do you have like summer school? Or just like moved in general? Reply to me, Hitler. What did you say? ATK X3. Because I don't even, what is the ATK X3? Is that like the Attack Shark X3 with an ATK logo? Versus Dragonfly F1. Probably not the Dragonfly F1 in this day and age. Thoughts on the Hitscan Hyperlight? It seems to be very like commonly used. Like people bought it and love it. It's just like a good mouse. You know? But I don't understand why it's like the best small mouse. Like why it's so much more hyped than the Hot ES Ultra, for example. Is Glorious Mouse still cooking nowadays? I don't think they have a mouse team. Like I genuinely don't know if they have any plans. Hello, Himawari. I got the Skyrex V8, couldn't adjust to the weight and small shape. Interesting. GPX quit on me after 5 years of service. It did good work. Got to respect. Got to respect the 5-year veteran. Referring to the Black Lotus Dome most carbon composite. Yeah, but that's which your assumption is that this is like actually carbon fiber, which it's not. So you don't have to worry about that. Does Rex still fit on your desk? Yeah, he's just fucking larger. Yeah, there's no worry of the desk like crashing down. He does he has like kicked mice off of the desk though. It's kind of annoying. Do you think I use the NTEC Fit High Hump attachment on my GPX? It'll feel like the 10s. It will feel more like the 10s than it does out of the box, but it won't like completely match it. I forgot about NTEC. Didn't they release like the swappable base system? Is that out yet? It's the best mouse under $100. I hate my GPX. What do you hate about it? Do you want like smaller? Under 100 though. I don't know. It's a lot in that like 80 to 100 range. I just realized that CS and Valorant pros don't use small weightless mouses. That is true. Some people on the Valorant side are a bit more experimental, but still a lot of flagship. What's the notable difference between 3950 and Razer's latest sensor? There's really not much. It's just like a better spec, like more optimized version of a 3950. Are gaming genetics real? Most top players just use GPX. Well, what does that have to do with genetics? I think they are real, but I don't think they impact whether or not the GPX is going to be like the best mouse. I hate the shape of it. Any suggestions? Like if you want something smaller, maybe like the Skyrox V6. It's like much smaller, lighter, kind of like a Hot ES Plus kind of shape. Is that a U2C still worth the weight and... Is that a U2? Is that even a shape? Did they ever release a U2 with a cable? I don't know though about the C lineup. Probably not, unless it's like very discounted. Yeah, just if you hate the GPX shape, there's just so many others to try. Like XM2 wired maybe. Is my chat really exit? I think you're like 10 minutes behind on the stream, if I had to guess. Oh, S2C. I don't know. Like a wired S2? If it's more than $50, definitely not. Even so, probably not. Well, dabbling into Splitgate 2. Is that the one where they had the like CEO with the Make FPS Great Again hat? Or is that a different game? I probably won't play it much. Twitter has been on a GPX hate trend. I don't understand how we're still having like GPX shaped discourse in 2025. And people are saying that the mouse market isn't dead. It's fucking insane. That's the right game. I mean, I don't feel too strongly about that, but he just doesn't. That game can't get my attention. I see they have the portals. Some people like it though, like Lemonade. Can you name me a list of mice that are similar to the X2H shape? Just go on ELO shapes, and then go like the find similar, and then put in the X2H. What's the best mouse for FPS games? There's plenty. It just depends on what you want. Viper V3 Pro is like my pick, but that might be unoptimal for you. GPX is like that one girl that you never forget. True. Is it just me because I feel with small mice, I don't have control of the whole mouse? I mean, if you have large hands and the mouse is too small for you, you would not be the first person to make that realization. ATK U2? What are you thinking of it? I don't know. It could be... I should try it probably. It's just going to be like ATK's clone of the U2 as they advertise. Mchos had their like larger U2 style mold a while ago, so I was surprised more Chinese companies hadn't already released it. But I mean, I don't know if ATK is going to blow my mind in terms of like quality, experience, stuff like that. What are your peak ranks for the games you play? I mean, in Fortnite I just hit Unreal, which is the highest rank, but it's not like hitting Radiant in Valorant or something. S2C worth it for 45? It's... Worth it is a tough word. Like, if you want an S2 and you want it cheap, I guess, but I'm not going to really recommend that in 2025. Like, it's going to be this great mouse. Still holding out hope for a GPX Mini. Just keep on holding. Should be, I'd say less than 12 months. That's not even an ambitious estimate. Have you had any issues with Magic Ice Skates? No. I don't like them on the ULX or the dots. So I guess like some shapes are worse than others, but that's really all I would say. ATK is bad on shipping orders, I believe that. You watch One Piece? No, I don't watch any animes. Should I have gotten the Scream of Prophecy? Said they'd talk about my one taps. That's why I want it. I've been trying to get it. Damn, my camera's still off. Thought it would be back on by now. But yeah, nobody will trade their red ULX for my green ULX. Fucking joke. My X is a G Pro Mini. It's not that much smaller. It's definitely smaller, less bulky. I'd say the Maya is like much smaller. That's a pretty blue pad. Yeah, it's the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn Pro, the blue one. It's in soft as well. Mousepad recommend for Valorant CS2? I mean, an Artisan Zero? I don't know. Pretty simple. I feel like with mousepads, it's like there's just so many options as well. But I only recommend a few. If you're in Europe, though, the Londa pads are pretty good. Do you think 8K is a gimmick, or is it worth it? 8K itself isn't worth it. But I think high polling rates in general, if like your PC and the game you play supports it, like there's no reason not to use them. But 8K, it's just too unoptimized across the board. Polar 65HE, goodbye. You're on like this... You're asking me questions that are like a year old. My mindset is like on newer peripherals. But like this is old, very mid-tier stuff you're looking for. Which Londa pads would you recommend? QCW, Blitz are probably my favorites. And then if you want like really controlled, go for the Riz. Blitz is a good fast control pad. QCW is great balance. Mine are like... The QCW definitely feels a bit more Saturn Pro-like, but I just prefer the feeling on that. What do you think about the opinion that Key 83 is the most consistent cloth pad? It's something a lot of people have said. I mean, I think it's a consistent pad, but I don't think it's so much more consistent than others. It's like, it's just this opinion that's been out there. If my raw aim is good, should I consider a switch to glass from a Saturn Pro? I wouldn't say so. If your aim's good, you can aim well on a Saturn Pro. But maybe. Or you got to make your own mouse. The shape is being cooked. I'll say that much. Have you tried ATK mousepads? No, but I've tried like the same like exact product from other Chinese companies. They're fine, like for the price. But I have seen like some like really bad shipping stories. Give us a hint. I can't do that. This is a bad question, but should I get the Saturn over a Saturn Pro so I can get the zebra print? Are there still Saturns with the zebra print available? I thought those were like unavailable as of a while ago. Are you doing a shape with pulsar? Sadly not. Okay, now my camera should be back. Yes, here we are, back in business. It will be the same if I clean my Saturn Pro. I don't know what that's in relation to, but yeah. If you have a dirty pad, always clean it. Thoughts on the MCho's L7 Ultra? It's like a cheaper Crazy Light. I don't think it's like as good, but it is cheap. It's the thing with those MCho's, nice. I got my fiance a Zebra GameSense radar. That is extremely based. That was a good collab back in the day. Yeah, on Lethal Gaming Gear. I mean, I'd say the Saturn Pro is honestly a better pad, like quality-wise. Obviously, it's more expensive, but the base is the biggest difference. But if you do want the Zebra print, obviously. In EU, there are board Z Saturns in stock. Interesting. When will the zywoo mouse release? In under a week, I believe. Somebody said Wednesday. I think Pulsar also made in a post. What's the origin of zebra prints on your collabs? It goes back to the days of wired mice when people would buy paracords, and if you watch my channel, you would just get a zebra cable. I had like zebra cables on all of my mice. Eventually, as the years go by, that just expanded to other products, not only zebra or not only paracords. But there's still I want to do like a zebra keycap set or like a zebra keyboard. It just can't happen for whatever reason. Have you had the chance to try Optimum Zero mouse? No. It's like the current version. When is that for sale? If there has ever been a ratio of most questions I've gotten about a mouse compared to like how many times it's been for sale, Optimum mouse would win that. Because I mean, it looks good. Like theory-wise, it's not going to be like my main though. I don't know if I'm going to love the shape. Supposedly it'll be available in June. Well, it is June right now, so you better get to releasing. No matter what I try, I always go back to a Viper V3 Pro. It's just so good. Damn, that's what people say about the GPX in the past. Razer's stealing their lines. But yeah, I mean, it is just a really good flagship mouse. Is V3 shape bigger than the G Pro shape? It is longer. Is this a blue Hia? No, it's the Saturn Pro. I hope I'll get the blue Hia at some point. It said May to June, but I assume it'll be late June or July now. Optimum? Interesting. I'm C Description's biggest fan. He deserves many fans, you know. What can I say? Saturn Pro in blue? Yeah, it's been out for a little bit now. When is the Viper V4 Pro supposedly coming out? I would guess next spring, like next April, but I don't know. See description, like he's still uploading a lot. I don't know if he still has that wife anymore, though. It's something I couldn't figure out through a cursory examination of his channel. How's the RCC1 feeling? Really just, I'm not impressed, but I don't want to, like, shit on the launch, but I just don't, whatever other people are seeing with this, I don't see. The coding and build quality are amazing though, so credit where it's due. Yeah, I mean this is supposed to be like a carbon composite mouse, winds up being plastic, is what it is. Are cheap sub $50 Hall Effect keyboards trash? Generally compared to like actual top of the line like best performing stuff. How's the RCC1 feeling? Shape just isn't for you. It's not even the shape. It's like just. It's not something I can use in Fortnite. I guess like the shape and side bones do factor in for that. I don't know. Shape's just kind of weird. It's like this designed for claw, I guess, in the way that the G303 is. So safe bet for Pulsar is to go with the newest. I'm going to get an X3 Mini. I don't understand what you're asking. The X3 Mini, if you're looking for like a mini G703, it could be fine. I meant that as more of a question. Yeah, it's like, it's just the shape doesn't make me want to use it. The side button and click quality is seemingly a bit iffy out of the box, and it's just like the weight, 47 grams at this size of a mouse. It's like, it just feels fine. It doesn't feel like mind-blowing in any way. Which is the way most mice feel, but even like the Black Lotus, I think it's like the worst coding, just like a stupidly designed shape, but like the weight and the clicks, like it feels good at least. About the Black Lotus, you said the hump felt pointed. No, it's like the sides flaring out. Like this area feels pointed in like my hand in a way that the OP1 just doesn't flare out whatsoever. It's just so, it's so like confusing how they could have done this, except for just like extending the shape in like a fucking computer program and not even like testing it. It is kind of insane to me. Maybe it's just like a real hand size like miscompatibility, but I mean, it's fuck. Can't afford Wooting ADHD, so GK61 or Huntsman. Hey man, you are, it is impressive. Like you are on the outdated stuff. Like there's other options. Not a GK61. We're gonna establish that. You're not getting a GK61 in 2025. Yes, GT60. Just switch the letters and the numbers around a little bit, and you get a very viable product. Pulsar keeps making new models. Go with the V3 line. Well, it depends, because they have like, isn't the X2 on the V4? I would say go with the newest model though. Yes, generally, unless you can get a really good deal on one of the older ones. Are glass mouse heads still ass? I consider them ass. Some people love them, but not me. You show us your fingertip grip from different angles, I guess. Depends what angles. Are you gonna review the Viper V3 Mini from Piranha Mouse once? If they send it, I'd be willing to check it out, of course, but yeah, I probably should. The last video I made on 3D printed mice, it seemed like nobody cared, but just make the video regardless. Should I get the Black Lotus? I could not, like, recommend it much less, really, at the, like, it's just, like, disrespectful almost to have a coating, like, to not put a coating on. Sure, they give you grip tape, it's just, like, it's just kind of insane. It's like it just makes the same mistakes as the Batch 1 Akitsu, but it's like a different company a year later. How is that exciting? Did you ever make a Fortnite edit? Like a montage? No. Like maybe like many years ago. The best thing about it is this like, fuck, can you even catch like the rainbow effect on the, no you can't. Like in real life you can see like this kind of refractive light effect on the rainbow, or on the dragonfly, but fuck. Or no, it is a butterfly, I guess. Oh. What keyboard options? I don't, like cheap keyboards? What is it, like the Mad Lions? That's better than any of the shit you mentioned. I just fully modded my mouse. What did you do? The bottom reminds me of Lamsu mice. It's similar. What mouse had the dragonfly? Was that the Akitsu? I mean, this clearly just comes out of the same factory as that. Did the following batches the Akitsu have good coatings? I think they improved it in the next batch, but I don't think it was ever like actually good. Yeah, I mean, this mouse, it's just, I know Rise Up Gaming, he had like one of the earliest versions, and he said that the shape was just ass. And now that I have it in hand, I really do agree with that, like, with that take. Do the Lecker 60 V2 switches cause finger fatigue? I don't think I've ever had a Hall effect switch fatigue my fingers, so that's, I don't know. You're going to get the OP1 mod kit by Midori Group? Yeah, actually I'm interested in that, because I like that it uses the original clicks from the OP1, because that's something that 3D printed, like, implementations just fail on so often. So that actually, I will check that out, probably. What would you do to make the G Pro better? Fuck, I don't know. Is Setup Sunday happening today? No. What would I do to make the G Pro better? I feel like if I touched it, changed any aspects, it would just suck. Maybe just like better side button housing. That's just like a very small thing though. Salute, Borty. Mean hello. Hello, Makima. How's it going? Why is the Kaisona Uranus the best innovation of our time? It was just a good, like, Rocket KPU clone. Kaisona does have another mouse coming out. But yeah, it's a Viper V3 Pro clone. I don't think it's been announced yet, but they sent me an email, like, that was just a photo of their, like, mouse, the spec sheet, compared to the Viper V3 Pro. Like, that was just the whole pitch. I was like, okay. Is the Zen 8K the best mouse you can get? I mean, I don't prefer it over the Viper V3 Pro, but if you, like, really valued a lightweight mouse, you probably would, so it just depends on what you value. I bought a light press switch keyboard and hated it because it was too easy to press the buttons. I don't know, I feel like I've just been using light switches with, like, low actuation for so many years now, I've just gotten used to it. Heard something about Kaisona and Attack Shark being manufactured at the same price? Yeah, I mean, or at the same place? Yeah, that's the same case for many other companies as well. People think there are, like, 1,000 factories producing mice, but it's fairly centralized. Has frequently changing mice affected your skill in FPS? I feel like at this point I'm just kind of used to it. Maybe, like, in the long run, being adaptable, like, helped me realize what was best, but I don't know. I'd say I feel like if I just played as many hours as I had and, like, stick to one or two mice, I don't think I would aim, like, significantly better than I do now. But maybe I'm wrong. But, like, if I switch to, like, just a small mouse, like, if I wanted to use the Arye mouse for a week straight in Fortnite, I would definitely, like, be much worse and just kind of hate the experience. Not much worse, but I would be worse. Do you know the actuation/bottom out force on your switches? No, but they're jade rubies, so you can just probably look it up. Let's try to rapid trigger keyboard with magnetic switches and actuation on 0.1. That's pretty... I don't think people use 0.1, but having 0.1 capabilities, I'd say, is pretty standard for new keyboards at this point. There are some, like, Chinese companies putting, like, 0.0001. Really doesn't matter. Do holes in mice feel worse to grip than solid mice? Yeah, in my opinion. Is the X2H shape something you go back to? No. I don't use the X2H much. I don't really... Besides the crazy light, there's not many... Because I don't really like many of the ergos or the TENS mouse. I haven't been using pulsar mice as much. Is it worth it to change the Leckers on the 60HE? It could be. Like the OG 60HE? I'm not sure. Still maybe. Do you turn motion sync on usually? No, I usually have it off. Obviously it's forced on with the Razer, and if it's on, it's not the end of the world, but if given the option, I do turn it off. You haven't been using the Pathfinder? No, not really. I know I said I would, like, keep experimenting with it, but I just, like, my desk hasn't been changing up much at all. I do have these new mice that I've been talking about on stream, but besides from that, I swear, like, the past month or two, there was just nothing new that came on my desk. I guess, like, the XE wireless, don't use that much either. 1000 by 500 white or gray mousepad options not from Europe. Like, I think X-Ray Pad, maybe Lethal Gaming Gear have some. From what brand is the new mouse you're checking? There's the Unius Black Lotus, the Flick Fire, and the Arye RCC1. What is sensor rotation? It literally just, like, puts the sensor on an angle. It's pretty easy to understand if you just, like, change it and experiment it with it for a little bit. Used a mouse with holes, and honestly it just felt weird. There are also levels, like, some holes are going to be less just issue causing than others. Show the base of the Black Lotus, it makes me happy. You got it. Just dropped it. That's the issue with the coding. But yeah, it's a shame that you guys can't see the little rainbow effect. Maybe you can slightly see it. It's really the coolest thing this mouse has. What's the worst mice you've tried? I don't know. Maybe the OG Booga mouse. I mean, that was just so bad. See, MK2 Jones, I feel like you're spending... If you were to buy Artisan skates, that's like half the amount you've spent on your mouse. It's like the price you're spending on a mouse. It just makes sense to, like, get other upgrades. What is the best mouse? I've been asked that so many times. I've just been saying the Viper V3 Pro because that's what it is for me, but, I mean, there's so many answers. Like, if I were to just fingertip forever, it would probably be like a ULX or something like that. Is 8K pull rate life? Question mark. No, it's really not needed. Even 4K isn't needed. I'd say 1 or 2K with high speed mode will get the job done. Mice market similar to Chi-Fi IEM market. There is some like crossover, but I have never understood IEMs, so it's not that similar. Viper V3 Pro better than XM2 4K? Like, I can't say yes. It's just like they're pretty much on the same level in my mind. It's just I've been using the Viper more recently. How's the Flick mouse? It's good. It's like, I do wish it had a rubberized coating. It's a pretty like safe shape. It is lower profile. It's not like, look at next to an XM2 for example. Has this like interesting thing going on with the clicks, like a sharp edge. Yeah, I think it feels good for Fortnite out of the box. I don't know how it's going to hold up though. It's like my biggest concern. What's going to be the next evolution on mice? Maybe there are none at this point. Yeah, that's like the scary thought that there are none. But that's why I really want to get Rocket Jump Ninja on the podcast. It's like he could really tell us what the next evolution is, and then companies could listen. How do you like coatings? Just close to endgame gear. And I think that's another thing with the Black Lotus. It's like when I compare it next to endgame gear, it's kind of insane. Like, I actually like, there's a rubberized grip on the endgame gear mouse. This is just like, it's repelling my finger away. I also like the Sen coating, the Viper V3 Pro a lot. It kind of has like a wet, glossy feel. It's just very consistent in my hand though. What grip style do you use? Generally like a claw, but also fingertip depending on the mouse. I don't know what type of like niche sub-variant my claw would be considered. I guess like it's kind of like palmish, claw palmish, I would say. What games do you play other than Fortnite? Really not much, man. I was playing Krunker, which the OG viewers know. I played Krunker back in like 2021. I was playing that in the past week or so. The Tekusei lineup seems insane. Like what? Like just like the full stack? I don't know. I'm just like, I hate IEMs. And besides glass mouse pads, what is there? Does any pro use fingertip mice? Not as far as I know. Would you bring the U2 into the big three? I just haven't tried the U2 DW. I really need to try it. And I don't use my S2 DW as much anymore. Because it's not that I fell for the click latency propaganda. It's just like using it feels weird after it's been slandered for the click latency. It's very bizarre. And I guess it is because it's in like the mid 60 gram range as well. It's like I don't want to use it as much. I think fluorescent does. Oh, fingertip mice, never mind. I also don't think fluorescent's a pro anymore. What happened with fluorescent? What a situation. How outdated is the X-ray pad tray gun? Pretty outdated, like 3 to 4 years outdated. But if you like a Cordura surface, it's not like new options have come out. Yeah, like why did that happen? Why did Cordura mousepads just completely stop getting developed? How many mice do you have? Probably just like over 100. I feel like significantly more. Maybe under 200. I've just sold and given away so many in like the year 2025 that it really has taken a significant cut. Any chance you will hire someone to hot swap mod your XM2? Hire somebody to hot swap mod? I don't know what that entails, but probably not. I'm just happy with the Kale GXs. I mean, that could be interesting. Cordura pads just didn't have the durability if you daily drive it? That's, with some implementations, I think that's true, but I know people who have been using, like, the MPC 450 for, like, ages. Will you ever do Boardsy Fest somewhere else, like, different state? It's possible, but it's also unlikely. It's just, like, I know the routine for doing it and, like, where it is, so I've kind of just, like, accepted that. I really did, for the longest time, want to do it internationally, and just accepting that that just isn't in the cards was, you know, it had to happen. QC test on Prophecy ULX. Just say, watch my Prophecy video from way back when. Any chance you'd get a Zebra XM2W at Instabuy? I don't think Endgame Gear likes me, which is, like, so bizarre, because I've done more good for their company than almost anybody else, including the employees at the company. My Tfue side buttons are ass. My side buttons, besides on the clicks, like my clicks was literally the most fucked up unit that you could imagine. Everything else has been solid though. Next evolution is better software. Lift off from 0.7 to even lower? I don't know about that. Like, at that point, you're just going to have to use skates that are even thinner. Like, are we going to be using 0.3 millimeter skates? Do you ever use the Maya X? Nowadays, really not as much. It's not like... I don't use it over the GPX, let's say. XM2W stock skates are ass. I swap them off relatively quickly. I don't think they're good. I think there's like too much surface area. When's the Getter on GT60 Pro review? Didn't I make a video on like my main keyboard where I like sung its praises? I guess I could like make an update, like the main keyboard I'm using. Just the keyboard market. It's similar to mice. It's just like, what's really happening there? What's the best mouse for palm grip? I like something like the GPX Dex. Then again, the zywoo mouse did just get announced. Maybe that'll be good for palm. Deathfire V3 Pro, like Outside AX, like all of this stuff. Your large clicks is to beat the allegations of reviewer units. My comp that I bought off of you is flawless. Yeah, that comp was a very good mouse. Some Mexican music going by. That was nice to hear. Do you work with Razer secretly? No. There's no secrets. Do all the S tier in your mice tier list have good skates to where you don't have to swap them out? To an extent, yes. Like, I don't think even the Flick Fire, like, this is a objectively bad skate design, skate material. I don't think it's, like, impossible to, like, move the mouse around. Like, it's been a okay glide, but yeah, I would definitely, almost always I recommend swapping to high-quality aftermarket skates. Will you do a Boardsy Fest in Europe? I really looked into doing one in Germany. That's where I had settled on. And it was just still, like, too logistically complex. And I don't know. But it's in the cards. It's just, this year's going to be the 4th at the same spot. And then next year it's going to be the 5th and final at the same spot. How about Canada? I just don't like Canada. Nothing against Canada, but... it's so close to America. It's just like, if you're Canadian, just come to the U.S. It's like, where did I go? Like Toronto? Then that's just weird. Yeah, it would have to be like, I don't even know where it would be besides Europe. Japan? That would just be insane. South America? It would be like impossible to even get the stuff there. You get like taxed out of the ass on all the imports. So, it's just no good. California Boardsy Fest eventually? Yeah, I think somewhere in the States would be more likely. But then again, California, it's like, would somebody from the West Coast ever go out and show support to the East Coast? It's like, I don't know if I can really do that. Are you going to the Yankees-Red Sox game tonight? No, but one of my friends went last night. Noctua is making a mouse with a little fan inside. I did see that. That is another interesting pulsar mouse. Did you fuck with Cold Visions? Honestly, yeah. Like, all things considered, like a year later. Blade needs to release like another album though. Whatever his recent stuff was, didn't cut it. Who do you think will win? I just can't even... I knew they were gonna win game 1 with like 5 minutes left or something. I could just feel it. But then again, I'm a traumatized Knicks fan. I think they'll wind up winning. They just have a way of stealing games. You've never seen anything like it. The Thunder, like, they seem like they could be dominant. I just don't know. I didn't watch much. I said I wouldn't watch a minute, but I watched like a quarter. Do you prefer sleeping in a hotter room or a colder room? It's too much in either direction. It's pretty bad. Easter Conference Finals game 1 still haunts me. Yeah, I mean that really soured my opinion of basketball for a while there. Can you trio with me for comp in Fortnite? I will pass, but I appreciate the offer. Just don't really have any desire to play like comp Fortnite. Scared to clean my artisan pad? Just don't fuck it up and you'll be good. I guess colder room would be the answer. Waiting for LeBron mouse collab. I wonder what mouse he uses. Probably like a GPX. Just had to guess. Who do you think will win tonight? Sentinels or Wolves? Wait, what? Who are the Wolves? I'm gonna go with the Sentinels, though. At first, I thought you were gonna say, like... I thought you were talking about, like, the Timberwolves. Besides the bad mouse feet, what are your thoughts on the Flick Fire? It's got good clicks. The side buttons seem good so far. Though the quality could, like, worsen with time. The shape is... It's fine. It's, like, not a completely innovative shape, but it's also not, like, a clone of anything on the market. The weight in the mid-50s, it's... Once again, it's just, like, a comfortable mouse. I think it's a pretty good design. I don't think it's, like, a great deal or, like, seal of approval level. I just wish, like, the non-rubberized coating, it just feels so different from everything else. Are caffeine pills the move? They could be. If you're struggling, or not struggling, but if your caffeine intake could be optimized by the small pill. Do pros use GPX just because they're sponsored by them? No. The shape has been on the market since 2018, so people could just be used to it. Even if you bought a GPX1 in like 2020, it's still a top of the line mouse. Well, top of the line is a word, but GPX2, it's still just totally at the level of top mice. Boardsy's Bathwater Bliss when? I don't know. Didn't that go on sale yesterday? Unless I just got, like, baited by Twitter. Or, like, Sydney Sweeney's, obviously not mine. How do the Obsidian air skates feel on XM2W compared to the stock skates? Just, like, quicker. And since they're dots, it's just different. Can you get Draco on the podcast? I don't know what's up with Draco. Has he been, like, MIA recently? I'm sure he does that. Just, like, he'll come back, like, set some world records, and then just, like, go MIA for 6 months again. That's the issue. He could have been Maddie if he was consistent. What's your favorite Valorant player? I really don't have one. Sure, somebody asked me this before, and I was, like, tens, because I just didn't even know what to say. I actually don't know. Fuck, who is that, who's the Chinese guy who used the NPO1S? Kang? Was that his name? I guess he's my favorite player. Unless he's washed, in which case I don't fuck with him. The only problem with them is I feel they scrape sometimes not enough surface area. With the dots, I mean, it's probably due to placement, but yeah, that does factor in. About GPX Dex 2, my hand size, it's a perfect mouse. Yeah, a lot of people love the shape of that mouse, myself included. Boardsy, what's your favorite mice right now? It's kind of a bad time to ask me that. It's just like, I'm not loving many mice. Kang W, yes. Shout out to Chinese Valorant. What mouse is the red one? It's the Viper V3 Pro, which is what I've been putting the most time on. But it's not like the only mouse on the market worth considering. Kang is a Razer dude now? Damn, they got to him. He's using a Viper V3 Pro. What's the deal with aimers using estrogen as a form of aim steroids? I think that's just like a joke, because there are a lot of like trans aimers, unless people actually are using estrogen as aim steroids. I don't know. Kang just changed to the Viper V3 Pro this month. Interesting. From the Vaxi NPO1. Damn. Now, if he's still performing, that's just proof. Make sure to stay hydrated. I'm like one of the most hydrated people I know. I could get a 2-liter bottle, or I could just have many small bottles. And that's like, no matter where I look, there's always a water ready to be drank. Are the new Pulsar Super Glides good? I don't know. I'm just not a fan of glass skates. Neither is my dog. But they do have like the control type, which are much like grittier, and then they have like the smooth glossy kind. It's just, I don't know. No, I recommend. You excited for an Endgame Gear V2 release? In a sense, yeah. Not like, it's just a refresh. It's like I have a level of excitement, and it's like capped out at refreshes. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, we know the shape. We know what's coming, more or less. You love your bottle of waters. How about a tumbler? It's, I've been sold on different forms of water consumption so many times. The bottle's just the best. It's like the microplastics, I'll take it rather than a fucking bottle that's gonna smell weird and then I have to like wash it every day. It's like, no, just plastic bottle. Thank you. I hope they had released the Endgame Gear Ergo shape by now. Yeah, I remember like a year ago somebody was asking, And I said, you just can't hold your breath about endgame gear shapes. Like, they release one like every 5 years, so we're not on pace for it. Plastic water tastes so much better. Like, people who try to slander Poland String, it just makes no sense. It's the best water in the world. Water Buffalo, best way to drink. Based. Dang, I caught you live. I was watching your vids, trying to pick a new mouse. Happy to have you in the stream. What's your hand size? What do you use? What are you looking for? Creamy or crunchy peanut butter? I guess creamy? I mean, I only had crunchy peanut butter, god damn, a few times before, and it was like school lunch sandwiches. And I don't even think it was meant to be crunchy. I think they had just like left it in a freezer. Woof woof. Yeah, I don't know if that's like the doorbell or something. I'm just gonna hope it blows over. Creatine for aiming? I assume that's what you're trying to say instead of creating. I don't know if it's like the best drugs for aiming are probably going to be nootropics. And now Rex is here. Rex, what is up? Should he come up? Wow, Rex is going to make a collab. Stop licking my face. Sen just won their final match at Masters Toronto. Everybody say hi to Rex. How do you get good mice from Final Mouse? I ordered the competition last year. I've been sending it back for repair, and it's never gotten fixed. What do you mean? Can you guys hear Red Rex breathing? Like, you keep getting it back and having to send it back? Bottles don't hold enough water. You fill one, and that's empty. Plastic bottles are an infinite supply. You get it. Rex just made a brief appearance, making sure to get his paw print on my mouse pad. Cocaine for aiming? That might be the move. I would sell a bunch of mice because I'm close to 300, but I mix up 90% of the wireless dongles and most need to charge. Gen 3D Tech, I have gone through this exact same thing. For me, it's like Vaxi dongles. It's so fucking insane. It's impossible. Like the mouse storage solution, it's a $1 billion industry I've figured out. Rex is the size of my black. He's bigger than, because there's like this black cat that always like comes on like this like outside like deck patio area, and he's bigger than like the average stray cat. Rex. Have you tried the Jade speed dots? Yeah, I've tried the air, the green color, and just the standard like PTFE version. Any high back hump sub 40 gram mice you know of? I mean, the Lamzu Inca is at around 40. That's one. There's the G-Wolf's Hottie S Ultra, which isn't like, it's not like a high hump in the way the X2H is, but it's like a viable mouse for claw. That's at 30. Have you ever tried IEMs? I've tried them 4 separate times, maybe even 5. Your dog's an adult now. Yeah, he's gonna turn 3 in like a month. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I've tried IEMs a number of times, and they're just not good for me. Can you tell the difference between 2K polling and 4K polling on 480 hertz? Would I confidently be able to distinguish between them in a Kovacs blind test? I'm not sure. 1 in 4K, yeah, but 2 in 4K? I don't know. What do you think about Valorant changing on Unreal Engine 5? The same thing happened with Fortnite a few years back, and it wasn't a big immediate impact. Like it just allowed them to do more like complex things in the future. Weird question, do you know if any mice have better weight balance than the Viper V3 Pro? I find the V3 Pro to have a pretty good weight balance. It's more likely something to do with like your like grip placement. So it just depends. No, dot skates are not in any way like necessary. What do you think of Marvel Rivals? I never tried it. Like, it was really hyped at the start. I thought it kind of looked like a mobile game, so I just never played it for that reason. It seems like it's kind of died off. Not died off, but just every game it just kind of like burns out. So it starts off as a little candlelight. That's no longer. Unreal Engine 4 and the netcode is holding the replay system. Oh, so that's how they're gonna be able to release the replay system? That's interesting. I have dot skates and do not like them. In the past, I didn't like dots on many occasions. If you have a soft mousepad, that definitely factors in. Does G-Wolf's wireless feel worse? No, that was a thing like years ago. Like when they first started using wireless tech, I complained about it back then, but they might be like a bit more susceptible to wireless interference. But I think the Hottie S Ultra is like a really good 3950 implementation. Try the little dots off of AliExpress. There were probably like 1,000 different companies selling more or less the same dots on AliExpress. What's this discussion about? I mean, more or less everything. I've just been answering answering questions. Most of the mouse talk has already happened. Is Ippy and Felina just Attack Shark? I don't think exactly. They're probably just like small Chinese companies. Thoughts on Optimum Tech Zero Mouse new version? I'm just waiting for the launch like you guys. I saw is it because Bad Seed made a video on it? Is that why everybody's like asking about it even more than normal? Because I guess he got one, so like maybe you'd get one. No, I didn't get one. I haven't tried glass skates off of AliExpress, and even if I did, there's just again so many types. It's like I wouldn't even know. Will you be getting the Phantom? I don't know what that is. What kind of product? How many pads do you have? Do you know any good pads that come in a small travel size that aren't 60? I don't know what a travel size mouse pad means. I mean, there's so many pads around $30. Check Lethal Gaming Gear, I guess. What headphones do you use? I just use DT990s, or it's like it is 990s. I had the 900 Pro X for a while, but I got rid of them. Speaking of Attack Shark, thoughts on the X3? It's just like probably like 5. It was the meta budget mouse like 5 budget mice ago. It's just not really worth it anymore. What's the black mouse? Which one? There's the Black Lotus here. It's kind of like a weird larger OP1. Thoughts on the VGN Y2? I actually haven't heard about that one. How many inner hand maneuverabilities can fit in a single Viper V3 Pro? Not enough. What's the better budget mice now then? Question mark? I don't know what that means. I don't think there are like, like in comparison to the X3, I guess like the VXE Mat R, but there haven't been any like big budget mouse releases where the entire chat's like spamming for me to review it. What's the most control pad you can get? Like Lethal Gaming Gear Jupiter, Londapad Riz. Type 99 is not really the slowest you can get, but it's among the more controlled, like the GSR. VGN VXE ATK cloned the NPO1S. Oh, that's the Y2. I haven't did not make the rounds for me yet. Has anybody reviewed it? ATK does send me emails asking for me to review their stuff. I can just email them. What's your opinion on wall hack glass pads? Overpriced, but they're just kind of the standard. I don't think you should spend 120 plus shipping for a SkyPad 4.0. But I also just don't think they're a bad glass pad in any way. How's the Singularity? Is that the cheap one, or is the Polarity the cheap one? I think the Singularity is the cheap one. It's just very good. I would say refer to my review. If it has anime design, then worth it. True. The Taobao clones feel almost the same as wallhack, and it makes sense. It's not it's a fucking slab of glass. There's only so much. Eventually, the fucking Tekusei pads are also going to be Taobao clones. It's just companies will get their hands on the tech, and then they'll make it cheaper. That's how the slab of glass game works. Is the SkyPad worth it over a regular cloth pad? No, not in my opinion. But I also hate glass pads, so maybe I'm not the person to ask. Hit scan mouse latency, it's sub 1 ms, just nothing to worry about. Optical or mechanical better? I just love the feeling of mechanicals, but obviously with the Viper V3 Pro, I'm fine with the opticals, but if given the choice, mechanical. Wired mouse clicks more responsive at such a small level. It's completely negligible. Thoughts on TM archives? Just irrelevant. It's kind of a good idea, but it's just not going to take overhaul effect. I mean, I could be wrong, but I also doubt I am. If the Beast in the Beast glass head came to life, I think you could take it down with ease. I appreciate that comment. I agree. How long have I been live? An hour and 45 minutes. Good amount of time. Do a human benchmark test? I'm fucking high latency right now. High brain latency. I've just been reading this scrolling chat. Best mousepad and best mouse if you had to choose. Right now, my choice is the Viper V3 Pro and the Lound QCW. Also been enjoying the Saturn Pro a lot, but yeah, I've just kind of been on the flagship mouse, smooth controlled cloth pad wave, which is, it's not an unpopular wave to be on. Do you have ADHD? Probably, undiagnosed. I mean, I don't know, this whole generation, all of the vaccines, it's like you gotta have something. Would you ever try a budget HE board like M chose? I just see no reason to, because I know that it's obviously not going to outperform the stuff I'm used to. So like, why just use an inferior keyboard? Obviously, like, to make a video, but it's like, do people really care about like mid-level HE boards? I feel like the craze was like 6 months ago. Yo, Sahar Shlomo with the 6. The hell is that? That like Malaysia, Indonesia money? What do you think about the Logitech Studio mousepad? I sadly don't know what that is, but if it's not like a Logitech G product, it's probably not for gaming, therefore it can't be good. You have the best Discord server ever. I'm happy to hear that, because people often say I have the worst, so. I've switched back to cloth after like 2 years on glass and now a few months back on cloth. I've tried multiple pads and can't tell a difference between them. What does that mean? Like, are you trying like the same style of cloth pad? Like, if you can't tell a difference between a Hien and a Zero, you just have like nerve damage or something. I will leave. But yeah, what currency is that? Is that I don't know. Just ordered a Hayate Otsu V2 X Soft. Thoughts? I haven't used an X Soft like textured artisan pad in a while. I think you'll like it though, if you're just looking for a premium like cloud-like experience. That's 170. It's Jewish. Now, is that, what is the Hebrew money called? Wait, why do I actually not know that? Wait, what's money called in Israel? The fuck? Do I get any prize for being the only pinned comment in bot commands of your server? Shekels? Wait, those are actually shekels? Holy shit. Wait, I thought that was a joke. Wow. Wait, is that real? Wait, why is the logo like that? It literally looks like something out of like Indonesia. Like, that is the shekel sign. Wow. Wow, that is crazy. Use my glass pad for 1 day and put it back in the box? That's good. Thank you for the 6 wait, no. The 6 shekels is like, it's over $1. Pretty, not bad. For an Israeli though, I don't know. Is QCK a control pad? Yes. What are your thoughts on the Beast and the Guardian glass pads? If you want like a very like smooth, speedy pad, like for a glass pad, I mean, they could be worth it, but the Beast is like crazy expensive aftermarket, and I don't know about the Guardian. I still can't believe that's the fucking shekel sign. Why did I think it looked different? Did they change it recently? Can't stop thinking about that. Do we know if Pulsar has consistent scroll wheel issues or if that's just my unit? It might be, or it depends on the mouse, honestly. I haven't heard of many issues being reported, recently at least. Wait, is my Boardsy bot in the Discord server, is that like still active? Have you finished Cyberpunk? I never started it, and thus I didn't finish it. QCK Performance? I like the speed version, but I don't really use them much nowadays. Planning to come to Boardsy Fest this year. What should I expect? Probably like waiting in a line and then spinning a wheel and then getting a prize and then playing like various carnival games and then winning more prizes. And then there are some main events like the Pinata. There's going to be like a race this year. Might lean into the athleticism route this year. The fuck is Boardsy Fest? It's the yearly giveaway event I do. Every July, in this case, July 12th, at Owl's Head Park in Brooklyn, New York. I just show up and I give products away. Best mouse up to $90? I mean, Skyrock stuff is good if you're looking for like a small claw mouse. I thought it was a joke too. I mean, I knew that the shekel was a currency. I just didn't think the sign, it just looks so wrong. Oh. So apparently I'm reading the lore. It's like a combination of words or something. Will you give away your bathwater? Probably not. Is there even like a mouse adjacent product that could be used with bathwater? I don't think so. Is Flick Mice one of the best on the market? Like it's not on the same level as like a Viper V3 or like a GPX XM2W, I'd say. It's like in the tier below. Makes a bathwater soap? I mean, if I get enough requests, I may. I'm a man of the people. Gonna release a vid on the XEV2. I think I'm gonna cover that in the same vid as the like Flick Fire and the Arye mouse. Then again, no, I have to cover the Black Lotus. I don't know, it'll be covered in some like roundup video. Bathwater Zebra grip tape, true. Enhanced grip. Yo, Nude Bullet with the 7.29 AED. I don't know what an AED is either. AED. Yeah, I'm stumped, but thank you for the 7 of them. Should I buy a 15-gram mouse? Probably not. Is the Flick mouse good for Fortnite? It's felt good so far. I don't like have any real complaints. I did have to change the set, like the default settings are like kind of shaky, but UAE dirham? Wow. I don't know why it would be like AED then. Oh my god, now we got an SAR, 10 of those. Thank you, ResioW. I know you're from Saudi Arabia, the kingdom, so I guess I wasn't expecting a different Middle Eastern currency. Thank you for the 10, thank you for the 7. Appreciate all of the currencies. Do you plan to cover the Pulsar zywoo mouse? Yes. They didn't send me like a review unit early though, so I don't know when I'll be able to cover it. Could you compare the Wise Owl Cloud to the Vaxi XE? In the video I probably will. Yo, Nude Bullet with the 37 AED. The dirhams. Holy shit, man. I don't know what that is, but we're getting up there in numbers. When is the last time you had KFC? A long ass time ago. And there's a KFC like right next to the post office I go to all the time, but it's just like I'm not gonna go to KFC. But I do have this theory that like they like project smells or something because it's just like the most potent smelling building there is in the world. Somebody said In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger. I've actually never had either. I've gone to California and Vegas multiple times and I've been like, okay, I'm gonna try In-N-Out, but I just never try it. So it's just it manages to evade me. I do like the burger joints near me are like Shake Shack and Five Guys. I'd say it's like the more East Coast like version of that question. What is the other? Do you plan on hitting a glute spread? Probably not. When is the Zebra Artisans releasing? I'm trying to buy an XXL. I did get an update. It was not a definitive day of like when I will get it or like when it will be released, but I did get an update that it will be released. So, fingers crossed the next few months, but definitely not the next month. Popeyes or Churches? Holy shit, we have some Oilers. 37 SAR, thank you very much, and 75 AED. Wow. Wait, what does the R stand for in the Saudi Arabia currency? That's 20 USD? Holy shit. Appreciate it. Big spenders. Yo, what's up, Sir Squid? Rials. Should have known that. Riyadh, Rial. What was... I was going to say something about the Quran. Oh, yeah, the Quran... Like, their rendition of the baby Jesus story. I had never read it until, like, earlier this week. And I was just like, wow, that's an interpretation. Should I... He just comes out the womb saying, like, I'm a servant of Allah. Are you active on your Discord server sometimes? Yeah, sometimes. Like, it's usually, like, in the morning. Like, on a weekday. I'll just, like, check in. And I'll sometimes chat. Should I buy the HitScan Hyperlight or the OP1 8K? It depends on what you want to spend. Like, if you want a wireless mouse, 40 grams, I would go for the Hyperlight. Yeah, once again, thank you guys for all of the Rials, the UAE money. Can you sell your Flick mice? I probably won't. Certainly not before the review, but maybe at some point down the line. How would the GSRSE compare to the Razer Strider? Just like totally different experiences. My shift at Amazon is almost over. Damn, you've been watching. I can't even imagine watching my stream during work. That's like a treat. You're getting paid to watch Peak. Yes, the dirham. How did I forget that? Have you ever had poutine? I have not. I heard that was like a. In my youth, I heard that was a Canadian thing, so I was like, why would you bother trying that in America? Maybe I'm not cultured enough. Is the Death Hour V3 Pro still valid in 2025? I would. It's not. I wouldn't go out and buy one, but it's still a valid mouse. Yeah, like tech wise. I would just wait a little bit with that one. Wink, wink. Do you know when the X2F drops? No. I know they made a post. I don't know when it's actually going to be. Zowie GSR3 is a good mousepad for Fortnite. It's if you want something controlled, yeah. I just prefer something with a bit more speed and lower initial friction. Because I swear, initial friction matters so much for Fortnite. And like your feeling of input latency. Or in the future, you will have a very big farmhouse and live peacefully. I mean, I'll take the future reading. Had a few of those done before, and it never goes the way I think. Borsey audio experience is good. W. Death Hour V3 Pro is like 45 to 60 USD in my country? What the hell? What country are you in? Seems insane. Yeah, big farmhouse. Never envisioned that as my future. I was thinking about sending a Looney into Toonie, but I can't use PayPal to send on here. That is tragic. What you, it's like, do they encourage like Google Pay or something? The Superchat. All mouse today is a commercial trash. Has there ever been a good mouse by your standards? Living in New York, what's your favorite and best pizza? It's Luigi's in like, I guess Park Slope, like 20th Street, 5th Avenue in Brooklyn, but I mean there's many good pizza places in New York, but I mostly like Brooklyn pizza. Do you go to college? Yeah, I went to Hunter College. CUNY Hunter. Did you review the Flick Fire already? No, I haven't dropped like a full review, but I will this week probably. What's your most hated mouse shape of all time? Damn, like what do I really... Like some of the fingertip mice, I guess. Like that just did not feel right in my hand. But of full-size mice? I don't know if there's one I really hate. Have you ever tried the Glorious Ice? Like when it dropped, like many years ago, and it had like QC issues, consistency issues then. Is YouTube profitable for you considering how many mice you buy? I don't buy that many mice. Like even, I would say the only, like maybe in 2020, 2021, I was like running close to even because of like how much like stuff I was buying, but nowadays it's high margin. The gaming experience really as crazy as people are saying with the OP1 8K? What are they saying? That's like a completely different game and it feels like much lower latency? Probably not, unless you like had a really shit mouse, but I don't know what the narrative is with the OP1 8K. Especially now. I feel like mouse was shilled a while ago. But then nothing new is released, so the same things are getting shilled. Same stories are being told. Are $33.95 mice still good enough to main when you're buying new for the long term? There's like really no difference between a $33.95 and a $39.50, presuming the company like developing the firmware knows what they're doing. But like if you're buying like a ULX or a XM2W, I would say that's fine, but depends on the $33.95 implementation. It's our actual $1 and $2 coin. It's really stupid. I actually did not know that. I thought that was like a play on words. Do you play on 2K? It depends on the mouse, but generally, yeah. Like Viper V3 Pro, I do have that on 2K. What mousepad for Fortnite 40 USD? I don't know. Maybe like just like a Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn. Pretty basic. Infinity mice pad, possibly. Is gaming dying in 2025? It seems like it, just based on the amount of comments I've gotten saying that. Like last year, I would never get a comment asking about that. Now, 2025, shit's just over. Do you think same Switch technology as OP1 will be proposed in more mice? I think in some points. At some point down the line. Yo, Sahar Shlomo with the 6 shekels. Now I'll never forget what a shekel looks like. Thank you for the 6 more of them. Just use my wrist rest to keep my mouse pad clean. Makes sense. Have you ever played Rainbow Six Siege? Not on PC. My country, Poland, it's 70 USD and $30 for shipping. Well, if you're in Poland, then fucking just go on Max Gaming. Like, they have a million mouse pads. Like, surely they have some stuff that's cheap. I can't tell you which one, but, like, you'll be able to find something. Quick learner. Yeah, I just need to see a currency like 80 times and be lectured on it. I'll remember it. I hope I did not upset the Arabs with my discussion of the Quran. Have you ever ordered anything from Oz Mod Shop? Yes, a long time ago. I think it was like a paracord or something. Not really. Doesn't make sense for me to order many things from them. Just got a Super Light 2. So happy. Happy that you're happy. 8 USD for shipping in a Max Gaming is high for a mouse pad, especially if it's flat packed. How is 8 USD a high price for shipping? I just don't know. Are the sidebuns on the Skyrox V8 good for Fortnite? They're fine. I wouldn't say they're like especially good. Viper V3 used 1K hertz. Does it really matter? I mean, not really. G840 is trash, but like 1K or 2K, it's not going to like make a fundamental difference in your gameplay. But I don't see a reason to stick to 1K if like you can use 2K without issue. Are Vaxi mice good? Yeah, like some of the best in my opinion. How do I stop feeling like my mouse feels sticky in my hand? I use a Sora V2, or like your hand's moist? Is that... I don't know. Like, you generally want grip. You don't want the mouse to feel slippery in your hand. It's just about finding that optimal balance. Europe, we're used to about $3 to $5 shipping, like from within neighbor countries. I guess that's fair. I mean, yeah, it does cost like $4 for me to ship something small like halfway across the US, which is probably more distance than Europe. You think wireless tech will ever be as fast as wired? I mean, will it outperform wired? I don't think so, but it's already so negligible, it just doesn't matter. And I mean, considering how most solutions are developed, like the Viper V3 Pro at 8K performs better than it does wired, but it's only because they don't let it go past 1K on wired. Do you think that Viper leak was actually a mini or a V4? Apparently not. It's the intel I've received. For a mouse similar to a V3 Pro, but smaller and way less tall for fingertip. I don't know if it's kind of a different mouse at that point. I guess like maybe a ULX. Do you still have your Gengar? No, I got rid of that one. What do you think about WestJet? I mean, he used to make the Valorant videos, and then I think he just went to more, like, general, like, drama slop content, and I never really watched much. What was the intel? I can't leak. Cannot leak. What is your Fortnite sensitivity? 1600 and then 3.4, but I was using 3.2 previously, like when I was on some mouse. I just don't remember what. What mouse pad's on your table right now? The Saturn Pro. His vids are pretty entertaining. You and WestJet are the same person. I was unaware. Yeah, I mean, I think his video, like, they probably get crazy good views, especially on, like, more general topics. When is the last time you played Valorant? Oof, like 2024? Like, over a year ago, probably. I was like, maybe I should load it up. I just never did. If someone's looking at buying a Viper V3 Pro, there's no point in waiting. I don't think there's going to be a Viper V4 Pro until, like, next spring. So, I would say you're good to go. You think it's worth it to buy a Flickfire if I have a WL mouse right now? It's for Fortnite. I mean, if you feel like you're playing well on your WL mouse and you don't have any issues, I wouldn't say it's necessary. You're going to be spending around the same amount on, like, a heavier plastic mouse that... I mean, I just don't know if it's, like, objectively better than a WL mouse. Never knew they made this color, Razer, with the V3. Is there a new Final Mouse Asu coming out? Not as far as I know. I don't know what Final Mouse is doing for their next drop. I think they're focused on the keyboard. Stop playing Val 2. It's way better watching. Interesting. But yeah, I think 2 hours and 5 minutes into the stream, that's going to be all for today. This was a fantastic stream. I see somebody asking about the zywoo mouse. That was one of the first things I covered at the beginning. But thank you to everybody who stops by. I got here and bro ends it. Unfortunate. I was live for 2 hours though. It's a 12th of a day. But thank you to everybody who came by. Respect your elders. Have a good day and upload soon. Peace out, everybody.